Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. I'm getting an update from Sitka Gold, traded on the CSE under the symbol SIG, on the OTCQB under the symbol SITKF, and on the Frankfurt Exchange under the symbol 1RF. I am chatting with Mike Burke, Director and VP of Corporate Development over at Sitka Gold. Now, it was just back at the tail end of November that I introduced this company with its flagship project in the Tombstone Gold Belt, the RC Gold Project. Company also has the Alpha Gold Project, which we provided a bit of an intro into. That project is in Nevada. Mike and I are going to go round the horn here to recap some of the recent news on both of those projects and also direct all of you to a breakfast presentation, the live stream that we are providing to all of you on January 22nd at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time with Michael Gray from Agentis and a focus on the Tombstone Gold Belt. I will post a link to register for that live stream below. Mike, let's start off with updates on the RC Gold project. January 4th, the company announced that it was preparing mobilization for the winter diamond drill program. Total of up to 15,000 meters is planned at the project. Take us through what the key goals and key targets are for this program, please.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction there, Corey. Good to chat again. So winter drilling, we've done winter drilling the past 2 seasons. Winter drilling is basically achievable on this project because there's good roads into the property and we have year-round access. So our camp is fully winterized and set up for year-round operations. But we're just organizing all that now. We typically get in there in March when the days are a little longer. We're looking at late February to mobilize in, mid to late February. And then we can drill for about a month, month and a half, depending on when spring breakup comes. So we have a 15,000 meter drill contract signed for this upcoming season. We're fully funded for that. But the winter portion of the program will likely be around 2, 3, 4 holes, probably 3 to 4 holes, 1,500 meters or so before we need to demobilize, just get the crew out of camp and let springtime and good old Mother Nature do its job in melting the snow. It gets a little mucky and you don't want to be around there rutting up roads, makes life difficult, but it's a really great way to get a start on the season. We'll be able to generate some early season results. Every drill hole we drill, we use it to help us plan the next one and the next one after that. So that's how we're going to get the season going here.
So, Mike, what we highlighted for that RC Gold project was that initial resource back in January of last year, 2023, that came in at a little over 1.3 million ounces. It's split up between the Blackjack deposit and the Eiger deposits. Where's most of the drilling going to be at Blackjack, which is the higher grade portion, or are you going to look to expand Eiger as well?
Yeah, you're correct. 2 deposits, Blackjack and Eiger. Blackjack is 900,000 ounces at 0.83 grams per ton. So it's the higher grade of the 2 deposits. Eiger is about 440,000 ounces at a grade of 0.5 grams per ton. Last year, we focused on the Blackjack. That's where we started, obviously, and the deposit remains open in all directions. So we never got out of the mineralization as we looked at expanding the resource. The one hole, hole 47, was a real highlight of the year. It's actually the highest grade hole that we've drilled on the project, and that's at the southern end of the Blackjack zone outside of the resource area. And it hit 219 meters of 1.34 grams per ton gold. And, within that was the highest grade section was 55 meters at 3.11 grams per ton. And that was a little deeper. It was a deep intersection. So that is where we're going to start with this winter drilling. We're going to do some step outs in and around that hole 47 to keep following this high-grade portion of the deposit and follow the deposit down to the south. It's a bit lower in elevation there. It's a good place to start. So that's where the focus is going to be. Eiger, certainly with $8 million in the bank and 15,000 meters of drilling, we're likely going to get to drilling some more holes there this year, unless, of course, the Blackjack is the gift that keeps on giving and we end up putting the 2 drills there. We'll just have to see how the drilling goes. And then also midway between Blackjack and Eiger, they're about 2 kilometers apart. They're very close together. There's another zone, the Saddle Zone, where we hit some significant mineralization in 4 holes now. First drilling was in 2020, hole in 21, and then a couple of holes last year. So that's a zone that's shaping up to build a potential resource. So that'll be the focus for the larger summer program.
So there was some news that came out mid-December, December 19th, where the company expanded the RC Gold project and also brought its ownership up to 100%. Take us through how this strategy to increase the RC Gold project, what that means for the company, and will it factor into any of the drilling that is happening this winter?
Well, the RC Gold property, it's a large property, 384 square kilometers. So it's combined from the initial staking that Corco, our CEO, did in 2016. The story there is Cor and his son Ryan, who've worked in the Yukon for many years, both very experienced in this belt of rocks, were exploring and looking up a new access into the Clear Creek area that a placer miner had put in, recognized some new areas of mineralization, and started staking claims, staked the initial RC Gold property. And that, 2016 was just as the Victoria Gold property, the Eagle Mine was starting to go into production. These Tombstone Gold intrusion-hosted systems are known in this area. The Clear Creek property has been known with gold-bearing intrusions since the 1980s, but has never got to the stage of getting drilled like we have. So, anyways, Core recognized the potential with a mine going into production and started compiling other projects in the area that other companies as well as prospectors had. And one of those claim groups is the Clear Creek property that we optioned off a Yukon prospector, Bernie Kreft, who I've known for very many years, very successful prospector. And that is where those claims are where the Blackjack and Eiger deposits are located. So in December, we accelerated the cash and share payments to Bernie to purchase the property outright. So we only had a couple payments left, but we accelerated those and gave Bernie some money and some shares. And now Sitka Gold owns that Clear Creek property, which significantly hosts the Blackjack and Eiger deposits 100%, with a 2% royalty payable to Bernie. Percent of that is we're able to buy that out. So that's about as clean a property as you can get. So pretty happy to have completed that. And then also just a little bit of additional staking in some other key areas to kind of bolster up the perimeter of the property where we're doing some work. So yeah, we're very happy with our ground position. Not only now owning the Clear Creek portion where our deposits are 100%, but also just bolstering the land position elsewhere where we have a lot more exploration targets yet to explore on this RC Gold project.
One other aspect that I should ask you about more deals with budget of this program, but let's talk about drill costs because it's one of the things that stands out to me in terms of being an explorer in the Yukon. Mostly it's expensive to explore up there. What are your drill costs for this 15,000 meter program?
Yeah, last year we came in we had our best year yet. Great drill contractor, Kluani Drilling, $300 a meter. We're very well located. This Clear Creek area has seen placer mining for many years, so the road network is very good. We're only a 2-hour drive from Dawson City, which has a 5,000-foot paved runway that, you can fly 737s in and out of, and a 6-hour drive from Whitehorse. So the access into our our property is outstanding actually, and that results in lower drill costs for us. So we're pretty happy with that. Drilling isn't cheap, no matter how good your access is, but we're definitely have lower costs than a lot of our other folks out there.
All right, let's move over to the Alpha Gold project in Nevada. The company announced on January 9th that the 2023 drill program has been completed. Total of 4 holes, little over 1,000 meters. Break down what the main targets were here.
Yeah, so we've been drilling on this property, just small targeted drill programs for a number of years, and this year was no different. So the target there is, like I say, I know enough about Nevada geology to be dangerous. There's similar, it's actually funny that the Selwyn Basin in the Yukon and the Great Basin in Nevada formed at the same time in geological history, and the rocks are incredibly similar. So I've been down to Nevada and been lucky enough to actually go into Cortez and see the geology there. Anyways, we're just south of Cortez and the Alpha property. We're looking at the stratigraphy, which hosts some of the Gold Hills and other deposits, the upper part of the stratigraphy. So that's where you get your shallow water carbonate rocks are overlain by deeper water non-permeable rocks. And that horizon is typically can be mineralized as those mineralizing fluids come up and they react with those carbonate rocks and don't penetrate through into those overlying cap rocks. So that Horse Canyon rock, those carbonates, is a shallow target for us on Alpha, and that was the drill target. We've hit gold mineralization and alteration in that horizon before. We've interpreted an anticline, so a fold in the rocks there, and we drilled that with 4 holes. As you mentioned, a little over 1,000 meters over about a 2 kilometer trend of that hinge line. So very widely spaced drilling targeted to, hopefully upgrade the mineralization and grades we've seen in other holes, but also, again, start refining this target that we see on the Alpha Gold property.
All right, well, when we see those drill results, I'll follow up with you. Let's wrap it up with just a little highlight reel for this breakfast presentation. Again, coming up January 22nd. That is, again, hosted by Michael Gray from Agentis, focused on the Tombstone Gold Belt. We are offering a live stream. All of you can sign up by clicking the link at the bottom. Mike, take us through some of the highlights, please, and why you think people should sign up if they can't attend in person.
Well, this Tintina Gold Belt, obviously, it's producing some great results. Victoria Gold has been mining for a number of years now. They just had their year-end results, had their best year of production yet. So that's a successful gold mine in these rocks in the Yukon. Of course, Fort Knox in Alaska is a successful mine in the exact same age, similar type rocks in Alaska, however. But again, this belt of rocks has seen a number of, phases of exploration, starting with the discovery of Fort Knox in Alaska, and then moving into Yukon, looking at these similar rocks. And so this phase that's really started in the last couple of years, since 2020, has produced some outstanding results in the Clear Creek area, or the heart of the Tombstone Gold Belt, which is between Dawson City and Mayo. That's where Victoria Gold's mine is. That's where Banyan Gold is. That's where we are. There's been 10 million ounces of gold added to the resource base there since 2020. That's a lot of gold. So we're having great success there. And then, of course, there's the Snowline story that's more in eastern Yukon, but is these same age rocks. And Snowline Gold is really, raising the bar. It's showing that these intrusion-related gold deposits can host much higher grades than is typically thought. Fort Knox is mining 0.3 grams per ton. Victoria Gold, their grades are 0.65. Banyan's looking at 0.61. Our Blackjack is a little intermediate, right? It's 0.86 grams per ton. So there's better grades that can be discovered in these deposits. There's successful mining, so there's de-risking. We know that these deposits can be mined economically, and there's great exploration potential. There's been, like I said, a number of phases over the years, but this most recent phase is the one that's really starting to define and find additional gold resources and bring these deposits up to the stage where we can look at the economics and hopefully there's a lot more than one mine in the Yukon, not just Victoria Gold. Hopefully we see Banyan, Snowline, and good old Sitka Gold producing from these deposits in the next few years.
All right, there you go. Again, you can sign up for that live stream and also have access to the recording first and foremost by clicking that link below. And if you have any follow-up questions for Mike over at Sitka Gold, please email me and I will get Mike to address those. Mike, I will see you at the breakfast event. Thank you very much for the update today.
You're very welcome. Good chatting.